Good morning, everyone. It's Roxy and hashtag Watch Roxy Paint. Today I'm using miniature canvas and I'm painting irises. Now I painted the background in, I think it's Windsor Newton, but it's like a orangey yellow color. And then I am using a Princeton brush and I'm using just the tip of it to create the flowers, and it's just a very impressionistic style that I'm doing, very loose, very painterly. And purple irises are I get requests for them sometimes, so now this was shot in time lapse, so I slowed it down all the way. It might look a little choppy, but you can see clearly what I'm doing here is just putting these flowers in and then highlighting them just a little bit. I've put them in a vase, and in that vase, I want to be able to see through the top half of it, and then the bottom will be muddled a little bit, which is what it would look like if it were in standing water. And this is just a very simple painting, but to me, sometimes simple can be very powerful. Now, at some point here, I'm putting the background in, and I mix, I think the first one is a small amount of cobalt blue with titanium white. And then later I go over it to make it even brighter with a little ultramarine blue mixed with titanium white. Because I do want it to be thick and painterly. And even though it's a tiny little painting, literally about 3 inches by 3 inches, I want it to look fantastic, right? I'm intending to sell it, and I always want to do the best job I could possibly do, no matter what size this canvas is. And I like irises, and these are probably going to be for Mother's Day. They make nice little gifts. Miniatures are not so easy to paint because it's such a tiny canvas. So you can turn it to the side like I'm doing here, so you can get every angle. And on these little canvases in the end, I will paint the 3 sides, the top and then the 2 sides, because they're going to be on display on a miniature easel. So in these, my favorite colors really are Prussian blue, and I mixed that green. A lot of times I'll use sap green, but on this one I mixed cobalt blue and cadmium yellow to create the green. And then for the highlighted green, I took that same mixture and added white and more yellow to make a more yellow green. And then I used purple in the flowers, but the bottom part I used the Prussian blue, and then I added purple and then add a little white to the purple to tone it down, and then actually a little bit of like a darker pink, which was it's a Daler-Rowney color, but it's like a rose color, a heavy rose. You could use Elysium crimson just to add a little bit of variation in there. You don't want to forget to put just a little highlight in your glass. So, I'm not really an instructor, but I've been asked to slow down and show you exactly my technique, and I didn't really know I had a technique. I just paint. But if I have any advice to give, it's just to paint. Just keep painting and loosen up, and don't worry so much about every little detail. Just keep playing with it until it has a lot of contrast. And you can see these are irises. They are not perfect irises, but they're interesting to look at and beautiful. And irises have that little yellow in the middle, and they're just a very pretty flower. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm gonna stop talking so you can just watch the rest of it. In the end, I just showed how it would look blown up in a frame, because you can take a high resolution photo of your artwork and then blow it up. And here's the final product.